Alright, hello. So Major Partagaz has just come into the game, which means that Cassian Andor is now unlockable for or 5 stars. So in this video, I'm going to be going through, I guess, the initial use of Cassian in Coliseum and also the ISB team, going over their kit very briefly, but then doing a lot of battles on 3 different accounts, all at slightly different areas and levels. So hopefully can start to work out some of the strategy and at least give some pointers in terms of how to use them. And also maybe this is more for free to play, but sort of go over the ISB team as well as Cassian. I think Cassian will definitely be the go-to option for anyone unlocking him, but a lot of people, including my own free-to-play account, won't be, so I will also be going over their kit and their team as well. So yeah, first things first, let's hop on over to a bit of a summary of those 3 accounts and also the kits for the Rebel Fighter team, obviously focusing on Cassian. Then we'll hop into some battles across, I guess, the 2 accounts who will be unlocking him. And I'll put the timestamp to those if you just want to skip to those. And then afterwards, we'll have a look at Partagaz and the ISB kit and then do some battles with ISB at the end. So yeah, let's head on over to that summary. All right, so here's a brief overview of the accounts that I'll be using for Coliseum today, just to give you a better idea of which account might be a good reference for your own. And also I'll briefly talk about the progress up to this point as well. So to begin with, we have my big account, but the strategy on this one is just buying the episode pass and not investing anything further. But also, I say just, I'm also taking the characters up to 5 stars just by spending crystals. But by spending nothing, I mean I'm not spending crystals or money on era level currency or gear, era gear. So I'm basically using this as a bit of a benchmark to compare to my other account where I am spending a bit on that stuff. And just briefly, you can see this account started a little bit lower, but because more and more era level currency gets added to the episode track, and because I'm buying the pass, you go through it quicker and get more. That has all meant I've sort of slowly increased throughout the era in terms of rank, and it was mostly getting top 30 recently. I've held back a little bit on investing on the characters recently, in particular on Vel, just making sure I've got enough era level currency saved up for Cassian when he drops, or he has dropped today. So yeah, moving on to Sondderr, which is my newer account, but sort of account where I'm spending about £50 each month. And the strategy here is episode pass, taking the characters to 5 stars, but also being a bit, I guess, fast and loose with spending on era material. I have opted to spend actual money just because this is a spending account and I'm really tight for crystals due to other things that I'm working on. So have been spending money, a bit of an overspend I went over in the last video, which I won't discuss again, but yeah, sort of healthy spending, mostly front loaded at the start, and has been consistently in the top 30 every day. But interestingly has sort of been caught up by the other account, which didn't spend at the start. And then finally, my free-to-play account. This will be my very, I guess, low budget attempt, or I guess 0 budget attempt in Coliseum. Only, well, not progressing the character stars at all, just staying at 3 stars. Spending a little bit of crystals just to experiment with like low crystal spend, so about 2,000 in total throughout the era, and that has helped me sort of punch into the top 90 occasionally, sometimes even a little bit higher, as you'll see. But it's a brand new account that was started just at the start of the era, so I haven't been able to spend too much more, and especially as the era has gone on, it's been a bit harder to keep up with, I guess, people just buying the episode pass and getting all of the extra era level up currency. because you start to need more and more. You need it across 3 or 4 characters, so that's why performance has mostly been on a downward trajectory, apart from this notable jump when I went all in on Dondderr and the ISB when she came out, and I think that was the right call, even though it sort of moved down again afterwards. And that's just because I just don't have the resources to invest in these 3 to a good level, and because I'm not getting Cassian anyway, I didn't see too much point trying to keep up with investing in these guys, and I've saved up a bit of error currency to try do the same trick again now that Partagaz is in the game, but that might be a little bit more tricky just because Cassian is coming, so I do expect a lot of accounts to leapfrog this account, which is just going to be stuck at 3 stars, no Cassian. But I'm going to use this to try my best and see what we can do with the ISB, if there's any slight advantage to be gained. But I think definitely compared to just having these 3 without Cassian, I do think going for the ISB late on, if you are free to play, 3 stars is probably the right strategy. But yeah, we'll wait and see how that pans out. So yeah, those are the accounts. I'll now briefly go over the kit of Cassian and how that impacts Coliseum. Alright, so this will be for era level 55, which I assume a lot of players will be at, just because of where people tended to get capped out at the end of the last marquee cycle. In terms of the kit, the important things to bear in mind is that this ability can deal undermined, but only if attacking an enemy that has speed down caused by this ability. And because speed down only lasts for 1 turn, this ability might be quite rare in terms of triggering undermine. The only way I can see that happening is through his unique, which gives 100% counter chance when the enemy is not undermined at the start of the enemy's turn. So if the SWGOH doesn't have undermined, Cassian should gain 100% counter, and if they already had speed down, they should be inflicted with undermined. So I guess that's something to look out for. Special dispels debuffs, which is good, but importantly has our first 2-turn undermined, which is great. So with the basic, with this special, and with the following special, we should have a lot of sources of undermined, which is definitely a big change from before. This special gives out VIP to a target rebel, also gives them speed for 1 turn and protection, and VIP has a few effects with Cassian, which I'll go into in a second, but also deals 8,000 true damage to target enemy and blinds them. And the reason that you'd want VIP is due to his leader. So at the start of Cassian's VIP turn, so whoever he gives VIP to, all undermined enemies lose max 10% health. That doesn't really apply for Coliseum, but this does. Rebel fighter allies gain 10% defense, penetration, offense stacking for the rest of the counter. So what this means is you want to give VIP to someone who's going to be taking a lot of turns, going very quick. I think that's probably going to be Clea, as I'll mention in a bit, and that is because she can gain some turn meter. I think is maybe the fastest already, and also you just want her dealing damage as well, because the enemy should have a lot more undermined, and her basic deals more damage against undermined enemies, which we couldn't before. So I guess that's the real mechanic here, is dealing VIP, getting some stacking offense and defensive penetration. The thing to bear in mind is that VIP disappears when that ally is damaged twice, so I guess you want to try to line it up maybe after the enemy has done an AoE, and also maybe give it to someone who goes like between Cassian and the enemy going, just so they can get a turn, get that stacking offense and defensive penetration. So I think it's going to be about lining up this VIP. And then in terms of other bits and pieces, just sort of more stats, mostly sort of potency, defense, bit of tenacity until someone gets defeated. I've mentioned this mechanic already. critical avoidance, which is good. More critical avoidance in the unique, gaining that counter chance, which is another source of dealing undermined. Immune to critical hit immunity, bit confusing, but shouldn't be applicable for Coliseum. Whenever Cassian attacks out of turn, he's inflicted with vulnerable. I guess that's a slight side effect of doing that, and gains fearless as well when they're undermined, and this last one shouldn't really apply. So yeah, VIP is the very important sort of mechanic for this one. In terms of order, I think you probably want to apply this first, get that stacking offense, then apply this for 2 turns, so you can get 1 turn undermined, then 2 turns extra undermined, and then hopefully line up basic in order to keep the undermine going, hopefully permanently, but we'll see if that's possible. In terms of the other character, so Clea, the big thing to look out for is that her basic was already dealing a lot of damage, but should deal a lot more damage, because she can now in theory attack enemies who are undermined, and that's 100% critical damage, so that's pretty good. This one dealing out this one dealing out Keen Stratagem. Probably you would want to apply it to Cinta, because now the bosses should in theory almost permanently have undermined. Maybe not quite, but they should have a lot more undermined, so she should be able to be constantly attacking out of turn when people do sort of specials, so maybe her having some more damage would be good. So yeah, that'd be maybe what to use this special on. This special is probably going to be even less important than it was before, just because yeah, boss more likely to have undermined. I guess you can save it for maybe if there's a gap and you can apply it, so I guess potentially, but definitely not at the start. You're probably going to want to either start with this, depending on the boss, or this. I'm thinking maybe start with this, get that out of the way, and then maybe once Vel does her entrenched, you can line up a big hit with the basic against someone who should be undermined, and also with the entrenched bonus you can maybe do a huge hit straight away, and then a few other bits and pieces in the unique that is not too important, the other 2. So things to call out here: Vel can gain protection up against undermined characters when she does a basic, which could be handy at the end just for a bit of survivability. Sin, I guess not too much difference. I guess she will just be doing a lot more assists against undermined characters, and also in terms of who to give the VIP to, she could maybe be a candidate just because she also gains turn meter like Clea does, as I should have mentioned before. So in terms of a character who takes a lot of turns, she should take a lot of turns, but Clea should maybe just be a bit faster, but we'll have to experiment with that. So yeah, I think that should be it for the Rebel Fighters. Alright, so we're back in the game, and this is my Topaz account. So I think I'm going to initially go and get Partagaz, go and unlock Cassian, and then do some initial battles with the Rebel Fighter team. As I've discussed before, I'm a little less concerned about getting maximum error currency on this account, so I might do a little bit more experimentation, maybe a refresh or 2, just to see how that team gets on. So yeah, first things first, I need to go and unlock Partagaz and also pick up the episode pass as well, which I'll just do now. Right, so I bought the episode pass and done the initial quest to get the shards. I thought I'd just quickly jump in here and point out for anyone still to do this. This thing here says complete 5 mod challenges. What it means is complete 5 mod battles. I think they've got the names mixed up, so I had to do an extra refresh of mod energy to get this done, but that's all. I guess ultimately doesn't matter too much. But yeah, so we now have some Partagaz shards and the increased error currency, which will be important for doing some upgrades. So let's pick up some packs. So I will be aiming for 20 shards, and just yeah, bit of fun to do this on the is this, oh good, I had an awful feeling that was Dedra, but okay, 7, good start. There's a 5, yeah, so I think that's now 4 of the 5 marquees. I will have needed 4 packs, but that's fine. Always always sure to get a 5 in there. Right, so yeah, let's go and unlock Partagaz. I'll do that off video, I think. Alright, so we have 4-star Partagaz. I guess I could get a little bit more shards, but it won't matter for this video. I just need to now see what level I need him at for Cassian and Dondderr. It's just Dondderr we need. That's great. So I just took Partagaz up to level 15 just to do the marquee. So on this account I want to save a lot of gear for Cassian, I think. So yeah, let's do the journey guide. Hopefully it's kind of straightforward. What's this? Did they have that thing where they can't die again? Yeah, I'm just gonna back out of this and check the thing. Right, so just need to survive for 8 turns effectively. So yeah, I'll maybe do this. I might skip past this and the thing might not be too interesting. Right, so yeah, journey guide done. That was quite an annoying one. I don't like the having to survive journey guide sort of events, but yeah, there we go. We have Cassian. So yeah, let's go ahead and unlock him. I won't be getting 5 stars today, and that will have to be in about a week. So yeah, let's just activate him. Actually, just double check. I presume I won't be getting 5 stars today. Yes, I will need to wait on Major Partagaz getting to 5 stars. So yeah, let's head into Coliseum and see what we can do in terms of upgrades. So yeah, let's clear these guys out. Let's get Cassian. Yeah, can go straight to our level 55, which is, I think, ideal. I think we probably want that. What are these? 10%. I guess these abilities aren't super important. Right, so they've been a bit sneaky here in terms of the abilities. So when you're watching this, I've hopefully gone back and edited me going over the kits, but before the marquee launch, I recorded me going over the kits and abilities, and I assumed we'd be getting all of the abilities up to level 7 at level 55, which we have for all of the other ones, but crucially we're not getting the second special up to level 7, and I think the reason for that is that it could deal just an insane amount of true damage. So I think for balance reasons they haven't included that here, which is great for me because I'm going to have to re-record stuff, because a lot of my strategy was around using that ability, because if you go through here, it deals extra damage for each turn a VIP has taken. So that does alter things a bit, but as you're seeing, this is a bit all over the place. I should hopefully have updated that kit refresher, and we'll go in with whatever new and improved strategy that I've come up with. So yeah, I think for now, just because these are damage, I'm just going to upgrade to level 54, and I'll hold off on taking him all the way up to 55. Fantastic. Right, so I might potentially also want to take Vel up to level 50 just to get the 2 extra resilient defense. Could be helpful. Yes, I think I'll just go ahead and actually, do I want to do that? Because let's see how a battle goes. Let's just try a battle and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, so it's interesting. Okay, so if they go first, speed down straight away, which is good. So Clea actually goes before Cassian, which is interesting. Ooh, Cassian goes quite late in the turn order, which changes things in terms of the strategy I was going for. Do we want to just start with Undermined straight away? Or do we want to save it? It's tricky because Cassian will be doing Undermined shortly. Okay, I'm just experimenting on this one. I'm gonna give this to Cinta. And let's just basic basic. Right, so now Clea goes after Cassian before Yotas, so let's give VIP to Clea. And inflicts Undermined, interestingly not a dispellable one. Get Cinta assisting, hopefully huge damage with this basic. Oh yeah, big damage. So Clea basic again, basic counterattack. So I could do a basic and let's apply the 2-turn one now, just to see how that goes. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we lost the VIP. All right, that's the same. So we haven't really stacked much damage at all. Maybe I guess I can try with Cinta next time, because she should in theory survive a bit more. She stealths a bit more. So let's apply breach. Okay. Oh, nice dodge. Right. Okay, interesting first round. Yeah, there was a lot going on there. I forgot to pick up my stuff from last time. What do I want to do in terms of upgrades? What is her upgrades here? So this might be good. Oh, it was only at level 6 before. Yeah, so let's upgrade her basic now. That should be good, or at least better. Let's get Vel those extra stacks of resilient defense just to level 50, and that should be it for now. Okay, let's try that again. So right, so yeah, Cassian going so late in the turn order is interesting. So let's try with starting with Undermined. Get Undermined out straight away. Do that. Now, do we want to get VIP going? I mean, is this that good? Would I rather just have an extra turn of Undermined and stop that turn meter getting straight away? Because at the end of the day, VIP, we are getting, what are we getting? We're getting health and protection recovery, so that's maybe a reason I'd want to save it. We're getting stacking offense, but in theory, maybe just a couple of turns, so this could be the difference between effectively an extra 10%. So I'm going to use this. Undermine the enemy with the least turn meter for 2 turns. So yeah, let's get the 2-turn one on. Let's apply this. Yeah, so it should still have that going, and then I guess we can save the blind for later. So this should hopefully be a huge hit. 84%. Oof. Okay, so blind isn't ideal now, but I think we just want to go for it. I don't think it matters too much at this point. Let's just give it to Clea. And we should hopefully get 100%. Yeah, there we go. I like the opening with Undermined that time. So we're in tier 6 now, and we start to get that extra stuff. So I think I've got a little bit more, well, hopefully should have a bit more era level up currency I can apply. Pick up yet another 22,000. Can we reach there? I don't think I can today. No. So yeah, that's where we're at in terms of era level up currency. So let's see what would be the ideal upgrade. So get rid of her. Do we want, I don't think we want Vel extra damage. Oh, I guess that protection up is good. Oh, we're out of that material today, unfortunately. So I think on my other account where I should maybe already have this, we'll experiment with that extra protection up, but for now on this account I won't. I guess we just want to do damage. I wasn't really paying attention to how much damage Cassian is doing, so what's the stat upgrades here? More health, a lot more protection, damage a little bit up. I think we want, is there a speed increase? There is a speed increase, so I think we'd actually prefer to have that on a potential VIP. Yeah, so what's that, 182? Synth is slower, so let's give, yeah, I think we want Clea going as much as possible, so on this account I will use that extra stuff. For now on Clea is done. The damage is done, so okay, let's keep on rolling, and I'll try pay attention to how much damage Cassian is actually doing. I don't think he'll be the main damage dealer. So where are we? So let's go for Undermined at the start. Just so we could get a few extra turns and it lines up relatively well. I do just like having that extra turn of Undermined at the start. So I'm going to apply this again. Maybe next time I'll experiment with going back to that ability. That's very cool. I like that. And let's get Entrenched up. And I like Undermined should stop some turn meter gain as well. Just line up a big hit. Boom. Yeah, so now we can maybe apply blind with this. Should recover some protection. Let's pay attention to the damage. VIP. Let's just go for Clea. So only 4,000 damage there. That is not a lot. Yeah, so I think Clea is still like the big damage dealer. Do I want to try get this? No, I'm just gonna do damage. When in doubt, basic with Clea. There goes Val. Right, 35%. I think on an account maybe with a higher Val or something, we should be able to push a bit higher, but I guess we've got a little bit more we could do in terms of upgrades. Again, what can we do for Clea? A little bit more damage, not super important. What would it be on Cassian? A little extra speed, bit of survivability. I don't know, I feel I just want to put it on Synth just for all of those assists at the start. So will that be not really a big damage increase, a special damage increase, bit more speed. You know what, I'm just going to apply on Cassian just for that extra speed on him to take hopefully a few more turns. And I might, can I do it? I don't think I can. Not on this account. On my other account I should be able to do it on both. Yeah. Alright, so nice to get the ball moving again into tier 6. Alright, start with the basic counterattack. Undermined, hopefully it applies. It does. Right, so do we want to try apply this? Right, I guess my caution with applying this is be nice to save the blind if it applies. All right, just for science, let's apply this and let's go for Cinta. And that was like 6,000 damage. I think with the entrenched, I think it feels silly to not use the basic and just deal so much damage. Ooh. Okay, that felt worse. I think going for like yeah. Okay, I think not having that undermined again, stopping the bonus turn meter was probably not a good thing, so let's stick to applying his first special first. I guess let's try let's go for this on Cinta first of all. She's not undermined, so I'm going to save that. I'm going to save the special. Now I'll apply the 2-turn undermined. I love that special. And yeah, let's just apply that. Ooh, big hit. Now, there's probably not too much. Yeah, there's no point applying that, so let's just do a big hit with the basic. Now let's apply that. I guess, yeah, let's try blind. I'll give this to I'm going to give it to Clea just because Clea's next. Blind applied. Basic. Dodged. Lovely. I can hopefully... yeah. Too many buffs. I was really hoping to get to Clea and apply that undermined again. Okay. Yeah. It really just escalates with all of the buffs going around. I don't think there's any way of extending the undermined more, but yeah, let's just try it again. That felt like a marginally better run. Let's I applied this on Cinta before, so let's do this again. I like you got double undermined. Oh, because it randomly called Cassian to assist. I was wondering why it did that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Entrenched. I don't know why that undermined. Oh, maybe the second undermine didn't apply. Yeah, I think we got maybe unlucky with him applying that first undermined with the basic. This big hit. Clea. Okay. I think this feels a bit luckier, this one. Just another big hit against undermined. Dodged. If her ability was upgraded, that would have been protection up. Ah. 40%? Yeah, okay. That's good. That's usually a good barrier to get to. It's a basic. Now let's just apply this. Oh, we get another big hit with Clea. Oh, dodge. Again. There we go. Right. That felt pretty good. I'm out of error currency, unfortunately, but have a good stash of gear. Still relatively early, so this rank 4 I guess is nice, but it's probably not going to last. Normally I'm sort of rank like 37 and something like that, but yeah, I think happy with experimenting on the first account. Let's move on over to Sondderr. Alright, so we are in my Sondderr account, so I'm just going to quickly pull some marquee packs just for a bit of fun. That is Partagaz, and we're just hoping for no 5s. Good start. Okay, please. Yeah, right, so that's 2 out of 3. Oh, sorry, 2 out of 5. Only needing 3 packs for, which is good. Right, so I'm just going to run through the marquee event real quick. Right, so Partagaz marquee done. I just need to remember to go back for those shards. So let's take him. Oh, let's not do that. Let's promote him to 4 stars, and I'll go ahead and try get the marquee, the journey guide rather. So just just collecting that episode track, get the good stuff, and I will go do this. I won't subject you to me unlocking it just because it's pretty dull, but yeah, I'll go do that now. Right, so yeah, that's done. I guess my only advice for that is maybe don't use the first special, which applies Undermined, which I think Vel and Cinta get a benefit from. So yeah, apart from that, pretty straightforward. Got the Lightspeed tokens, which is fantastic, but more importantly, have got the gear and stuff for Cassian. So yeah, let's go ahead and unlock him at 4 stars. Lovely stuff. So I should have, what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing some of this stuff. I should hopefully be able to get that, and yes, I imagine I will. So let's just upgrade him to 54, which should actually be more than enough. These abilities aren't that helpful. I do have a lot more currency saved up on this account, which is handy. And yeah, I think maybe I could do, can I do a few more quests? I'll go do those later. Let's just hop straight into the battles. Let's get rid of all this stuff. And yeah, and my guys are already level 55, level 54. I guess this basic is quite good now with Clea, so hopefully we'll be getting more of this stuff to upgrade her. Yeah, and just jump straight into it, and hopefully we can get to the next tier like we did on the other account, and at the very least level 90 I think would be important. So what did we decide on? I think going for this at the start, getting some hits with Cinta right at the very start, especially as she's stealthed. Oh, I didn't apply Undermined. I guess that's a bit of bad RNG. Let's try apply Undermine now. Oh, good. Yep, and that sticks, so then big damage. And I can hopefully apply Blind. Let's VIP Clea. Okay, 90%. Good, Vel survives that hit. Ooh, the rest don't though. Okay. So should hopefully be able to make a few upgrades and hopefully get to the next tier, although it's fairly RNG dependent. Let's upgrade the basic. I think it's definitely more important than Cassian's. All right. Try that again, and hopefully, I guess the bad RNG last time was not landing Undermined at first, so hopefully we could do that. Nope. Maybe I'll be cursed on this account. It's just basic. Let's apply 2-turn Undermined or not. Yeah. This might not be the run. I don't think it matters too much, but yeah, let's just apply that. Tell you what, let's apply this. Kind of wanted them to use the first special there. It's a bit unlucky again, because now they're just going to absolutely wipe me out. Or not. Great. Yeah, that felt very, very orange. Level 6. Fantastic. So unfortunately on this account, because I've already spent on the others getting to level 55, not quite enough until tomorrow's event, to get Cassian there, but I don't think that matters too much. He doesn't seem to be a big damage dealer, and those abilities aren't that important. But I think, what ones could I do? So yeah, I'll just apply it on Clea for now, and then we'll do one battle, and then hopefully be able to apply the stuff on Cinta, who I think is another good target. So yeah, let's try hit the 42%, or was it 48 we did before? But that might be tricky. Okay, we got undermined this time. Let's try get the 2-turn undermined. Yep. Yeah, the undermine is just great just for stopping that turn meter as well. Hopefully get a blind. And Clea. Ugh, it's really not. It's not liking that special. Let's just. We've probably got limited turns left, which is basic. Okay, 40% at least. All went to hell there at the end. Cool, more stuff. So I should be able to make some decent upgrades now. Oh, Clea could go real high. Probably don't want to do that. What are the, so 59. She does get another nice speed increase, damage, not so much. And that would be using all of that stuff. It's hard to tell. I think it would be between Cinta and Vel, I guess. Not Vel, sorry. Cinta and Clea. Oh, I guess, what were these actually at level 60? Also has counter chance. I guess that could be kind of nice. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but I think if she damages, like her basic, what's her basic? On her turn, if all enemies are undermined, rebel fighter allies gain protection up for 1 turn. Okay, so I think Cinta might still assist on Vel's basic, maybe. Yeah, so that's actually kind of nice. Obviously, we won't get the protection up, but if she's countering maybe at least a couple times, then in theory, Cinta should also be attacking when Vel's countering. What is Cinta? Does Cinta have? Oh, she does. Plus 5 turn meter whenever ally Vel is damaged by. I mean, that could be good as well. It's tricky. I could maybe just do this, and then will I have enough left over for, I mean, Vel to 60 seems interesting. I would, yeah, I think I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go for that, I think. I just like that countering potentially compared to just the straight stat increases, but I think this should become obsolete quite quickly. Seems that we should be able to get this gear fairly quickly anyway. So yeah, let's take Cinta up to 57, get that extra speed, and Vel, let's take her to 60. I mean, she should also get a bit more survivability, which is good. A lot more survivability, and she's kind of the tank. So yeah, I still do have some stuff to spare. Like, I could take her up to 59, bit more damage, bit more armor pen, and then Clea. More damage. I'm gonna take I'm gonna go for the whole she does a lot of assists strategy and get Cinta there. So there we go. Here's my new improved team. Cassian, you'll have to wait till tomorrow, I'm afraid. But he's not the big damage dealer. It's all about his stuff, his uniques and leader. So let's try to get this applied. Great. Breach. Let's get the 2-turn one, hopefully. Let's play this, and then I guess we're gonna see, does she counter? Oh, he dodged. I don't think, did he even have blind? Oh, I guess her special dealt blind, right? So maybe that was a waste. I'm gonna really double down on Cinta here. Yeah, I guess we'll try to get the blind going. Still undecided which one's best. Right, great. Blind. Basic. There we go. Oh, it wasn't undermined, that's why. If she assisted at the start, she would have... Okay, up to 52%, which is good at least. And I should now have enough to also take Clea up to 59. Great, let's try that again. Just get a lot of battles under our belt. Okay, undermined, which is good. Breach. Get the 2-turn one on. Oh, it didn't apply. I guess there's a chance it doesn't. Do that. Okay. Now she's applying blind when I don't want her to. Spent like 2 months of her not applying blind. Okay, let's go for the big hit. Now that it doesn't have... I think this will be... Yeah, this will be the bad RNG round. Okay. So I think you really want those first 2 undermines to apply if possible. Let's try that again. Alright, resisted. Yeah. So let's change tack a little bit. Let's now try get it going. Resisted again. We're gonna go for a really slow start this time, I think. Get that applied. I guess I didn't want the buffs. Wow. Yeah, wow, there is a bit of RNG in this one. I think it's all about, can you apply the undermines, unfortunately. I think some people could end up getting screwed, unfortunately. Sure, I only have 1 battle left, but that's all good. Just trying to get that good RNG. Okay, first undermined, second undermined. See, we'll just basic. Why do I just basic here and then save the entrench for later? And maybe the blind for later. Hopefully, yeah. And then we get the counter. And let's apply this on her. Hopefully get a blind going. Nice. And maybe get another blind with Vel, although I bet she doesn't apply it now that we want her to. No, damn you. Absolutely trolling me. Right, big hit. Nice. Oh, nearly 60%. Just at that blind. Okay. I think right at the end there, but I think if the RNG goes right, go undermined with Clea, undermined with what's his name, Cassian, then maybe hold off on Vel special and maybe try apply blind a second time elsewhere, and that means you don't apply blind first time, she counterattacks, which means Cinta assists and was able to get slightly higher score, and maybe even 60% if things worked out a little bit different. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of the Cassian testing. I'm sure things will evolve with the other bosses. I may do a summary video. We'll see how that goes. But now let's head on over to me going through the kit for Partagaz, and then I'll go through some Partagaz battles on my free-to-play account, which won't be unlocking Cassian. Right, so ISB team, a lot of abilities going on here, but I don't think there's too much to look out for compared to the Rebel Fighter team. So now we have Partagaz, and I think the interesting thing here will be, do we actually use Partagaz in the leader slot, or do we keep Dondderr in the leader slot? Because the way the hero ability was announced, that it would only apply when Dondderr is in the leader slot. It does say that in the newsletter, but it's not super clear if that's the case, just looking at the hero ability in-game. So might have to play around with that, but for now, I'm just going to assume it won't work if Partagaz is in the leader slot. But for the rest of his kit, his basic is basically calling someone to assist. It's good, but not too much to look out for. His special is probably the most interesting thing. Can deal target lock, which can be important in certain scenarios if he is rank 2, and I think he should be rank 2 at the start of the battle. Everyone should gain retaliate, which I've got that down here. Sorry, no, that's right down here, hiding. So deals 20% of damage received back to the attacker, which could be quite good, but it applies it to everyone, so there's not too much strategy there. Rank 3, I don't know if he can get to rank 3, but if he can, and we'll play around with that, everyone gains tactical supremacy, which could be really good. So that gives critical damage up, potency, which is decent, but if dispelled, and a lot of bosses, including the Yotas, do dispel buffs, recover 40% health, gain advantage and foresight. So that could be really handy later on in the battle in terms of regaining health, but also foresight for the next few moves and advantage. So might be a rare occasion where you actually want to line this up before Yotas deals his special, which dispels buffs, which normally you don't want to, but this is so good that might be attractive. But again, I don't know if he will get to rank 3. And then his leader slot. So this is going to be the thing that competes with Dondderr's hero ability, which effectively gives a lot of exposes and a bit more offense, which we'll go into. But this one, at the start of the battle, deals some debuffs, which is decent. It's not super important. Gain some bonus protection. At the start, that's fine, but really you'd want that later. 30 speed, which is pretty strong. Ignoring taunt, that doesn't really apply to any of the bosses. Bit more critical chance, defense, tenacity, and doubled, so that's pretty good. So extra defense, critical chance could be good. Is it as good as getting up to 60% offense from Dondderr's ability? Maybe not. ISB damage, ISB allies deal 5% more damage when targeting target locked, which isn't that great, and inflict speed down whenever they attack out of turn. So to be honest, I don't know. To me, the hero ability, which I'll go over in a second, maybe is better, but again, we'll experiment to see if that hero ability still turns on when Partagaz is in the leader slot. I don't think it should, but maybe it does. But apart from the leader, he is still useful with his extra stuff on his special and also his unique. So losing potency is fine. Probably not that relevant. Gains, that's not really relevant either. Gaining stealth, bit of offense. Yeah, so this really doesn't amount to much really for these bosses, mostly gaining a bit of offense. And this is his rank. Oh, the big thing actually is gaining counter chance stacking whenever ISB allies use a special ability. So that maybe means you want to spam specials a little bit more at the start of the battle to gain this counter chance, where before the basics might have been the better option. So that could be something to look out for. Dondderr, just quick refresh on her kit. It's mostly like calling someone to assist. Probably still want to call the K2 or KX droid to assist. The unique I still don't think is working as intended, but the important thing is this hero ability and gaining 15% offense until the start of next turn when a Coliseum boss is exposed, which should in theory be every turn or every time a character takes a turn. So that could still be a bit better than Partagaz's leader ability. So yeah, that's it really in terms of the ISB. Let's go experiment with my free-to-play account to see if it improves much at all. Right, so here we are in my free-to-play account. So I'll just go ahead and unlock Partagaz, who I will actually be using instead of completely ignoring. I guess I didn't even try to do battles with him on the other accounts, but I wanted to put all of my era level currency into the into the rebel fighters. So yeah, it made sense. This account will be for ISB testing. It'd be very funny if it was just so much better than the rebel fighters that we got to like tier 8, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, just real quick, actually I forgot to upgrade. Yeah, so let's, I guess, just up to level 49 to match, what do you call it, to match Dondderr. Yeah, let's just go to 49. So I've been deliberately not spending on the rebel fighters so much and just saving it for these guys. So let's, actually shards don't really matter, so let's just hop straight into it. So I guess the first thing that I maybe want to test is the leadership. So what's that? Why is it, what? I don't know what that is. Has that been there before? Okay, maybe I just haven't noticed that before, that green buff. So let's just start with Partagaz, and I'd like to see what Partagaz in the leader slot, does the hero ability turn on? I don't think it does. Oh, if all characters are ISB. Yeah, so this doesn't say anything about Dondderr being in the lead, but their newsletter did. So, and I think what would be the telltale signs whenever at the start of each turn they expose all Coliseum bosses. So if they're constantly getting exposed, that might be a good sign. Yeah. Maybe it is just turned on. This, yeah, confusing messaging. I'll maybe show you the newsletter thing in a bit, but it looks like it's just maybe just working. So yeah, let's stack the things on K2, keep wanting to call him K2SO, but yeah, so what rank? He's rank 2, so yeah, I guess let's get retaliate for a couple turns, and maybe when he does the AoE, on anyone rank 2 and above, so that's why this guy didn't get it. So hopefully the AoE will do damage, although it might expire before it gets to that point. Did it do damage? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we're got some good recovery actually, which is nice to see. Okay, so we got past the 40%, which is important, so we can make some upgrades. Yeah. Seems alright to me. Yeah, so I think it's good that I think the hero ability is working, because we're getting exposed every turn, which should be from the hero ability. It's hard to tell whether the offense is ramping, but yeah, I think that just maybe a slight miscommunication. Surprise, surprise, from CG. So, but this seems like a good thing if you're invested in the ISB. Can we get to 80? Oh, good dodge. Not quite. Right. I mean, that's a big jump up and a lot of gear. So yeah, won't be able to reach here. What were the abilities here? Speed up duration, I guess that's fine. If the target enemy was already target locked, that's pretty good. Definitely worth pushing for. I guess the thing with Partagaz is he's not really dealing damage. So I guess in theory, we maybe just want speed on him. Do any of these have speed? Yep, 109. Dondderr can actually do damage. I think the KX droid will be a big improvement when that comes in, but by that point, people unlocking Cassian will just be at such a higher error level, will get capped out at 65 anyway, that it probably won't matter. What's this one? 52. Let's just take up to 50 2. The good thing is that I've only got 2 characters to invest in, and here a nice chunk of damage. Yeah, so that's 54, and I should be able to take Partagaz. I guess just up to 50. That won't be necessary. A bit more offense somewhere. Cool, let's try that again. I want to pay attention to the retaliate, I think. Do I want to... Yeah, let's just do that. I don't know why he's not getting retaliate, because it's not rank 2 or above. I guess it doesn't matter too much, but yeah, let's just keep chipping away. I didn't pay attention again. Or maybe rewatching the video. Oh, I actually think Dondder's doing more. Is Dondderr doing more damage than KX droid? Let's pay attention to that if we can. So KX, we are doing about 5,000. Dondderr, I'm just gonna basic 5,000. It's about same. Let's actually just call Dondderr at 6,000. Let's get that going. Should hopefully reach 80 at least this round. Get the assist. I mean, could I start using this? So Dondderr gains critical touch, critical damage for each until she uses her basic. Yeah. I wonder, is there something stopping KX from gaining turn meter in this team? Might double check that. Not KX, stopping the Yotas, because it doesn't seem to be taking as many turns as it did with the other guys. Right. 91%, not bad. I guess where can we upgrade now? Okay, so we can start getting to level 55. Bonus damage on basic. I think she might actually be the main damage dealer. Bit of health recovery, more protection up. That basic's pretty nice. I only have enough for 1 today. Oh, and I don't quite have enough for your man. What was the... Yeah, cooldowns reduced. I mean, to be honest, I probably just want to do mostly basics anyway, so... Yeah, let's... I mean, does he reduce his own cooldowns? I mean, not that it matters. I can't reach there anyway. If the target enemy was already targeted, all ISB allies have their cooldowns reduced. So this could just be every other turn, which would be amazing. So hopefully I should be able to get to that tomorrow. I can't reach it today. So let's just do Dondderr and Partagaz up to 52. Cool. Yeah, kind of wish I saved some for that special, but never mind. I just play around with just doing basics, so what's that? It was too quick for me to see. I'm not good at paying attention to the damage. Alright, 4,000. Right, basic. Oh, 11,000. Okay, it's too quick for me. What's he doing? Like, I think Dondderr is doing more damage, but it's hard to tell, especially with that bonus. It's like 6,000. Yeah, when it doesn't crit, I can't quite see. Right, 7,000. Yeah, just high octane strategy of just basicking. What we're doing, 5,000. I think Dedra's doing more damage now. Another one of these. Basic. I guess also recover some health, which I can maybe do later. Just basic. Oops. Yes, they recover some. Because I guess Partagaz will call someone else to assist on his turn. Okay, that was a bad that was a bad move. What's that? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that slight misplay might have... Yeah, I think we're close. I have a feeling it's probably just out of reach for today, but I'm sure I definitely think at some point we'll be able to break through this tier with these guys, so... Yeah, let's... Is there anything else from this? Yeah, let's just basicing. Yeah, I think Dedra's doing the damage. Definitely something from stopping the turn meter, I feel. It feels like that. Okay, I can see they've got retaliate, so I'm going to see if they do some damage back. Could not see. Having that cooldown reset on Partagaz would have been so nice. I think he's just about to do AoE and wipe us out. Alright, stay of execution for a little bit. 96, yeah, there we go. That feels like the ceiling, but how many battles do I have left? Just the one. Let's throw one more at it. But yeah, definitely an improvement in terms of the team, and it's good having the hero ability up and running. I want to switch tact and just try to get the stacks on KX, not K2, KX straight up, like quicker. Okay. Yeah, and let's just get the 5th stack, and then I'll maybe... What are we doing? Like 9,000. Maybe KX is doing more... Yeah, maybe KX is doing more damage. So yeah, we'll just try him as the primary damage dealer this time. 7,000. Crit 7,000, yeah. I'm not very good at judging that stuff. Hey. Recover some stuff. All right. 97. There we go. 1% more. Yeah, 100 just seems, maybe it's possible with the right RNG, but definitely, yeah, top 30 for now. But yeah, I'm sure that won't last. But probably definitely an improvement on where I was yesterday. Maybe I'll be able to climb back in the top 90 at least for a day or so on this account. So yeah, I think that about does it with all of the testing. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.